So let me just ask you this. What are some of the biggest misconceptions about acting or the acting industry that you've discovered since you started?
Hmm, really good question. Um, Honestly, I'm gonna say the biggest misconception about the acting community is that it's filled with just snobby people who think they're better than people. That hasn't been my experience. That really hasn't been my experience, even in film and in theater. There are such great people that actively choose who want to be a part of this community and act and put on stories for people and to entertain, to inspire. There's so many people that care so much about this art form and want to be so deeply involved in it. And they'll go to great lengths to make it happen. People
Yeah,
spend money out of their own pockets to make their own short films because they believe it so much. And, you know, actors that are driving miles to come to a certain gig to be a part of something because they want to be a part of it so bad and to tell that story. I find I found that so many people in this industry are really welcoming. The ones that I particularly met in particular, um, I find that they aren't superficial, vain people. They're people that really care about this art form. And really, some people say that, film and theater is a dying medium and nobody really cares and people are finding different ways to entertain themselves. But I don't really believe that. I really believe in the art of storytelling. I believe that it is necessary. And there are people making real sacrifices to make it happen. You know what I mean? Um, People taking time off their jobs to do a play, to do a film, you know? And it's just so many of these people have supported me and, gave me my props and I've run into some, maybe some might not share or try to get people involved, but me personally, I am so anti-gatekeeping when it comes to this business. I feel everyone deserves a shot to be a part of something that they really believe in and really have a passion for. Um, and I feel like more people should be interested in it because art is really how we make sense of the world and within, you know, and make meaning of it. So it is so necessary for people to be involved in the arts, even to learn more about the arts. Just I don't know, just be more involved. And if you have an interest, I encourage people to be involved. There are people that will welcome you with open arms, and people
yeah,
that will show you that they believe in you and what you have to bring. It's not some secret club that
right.
only a select few can be a part of. You are welcome too. If you have a passion or a just if you believe it's necessary, be a part of it. Join the community, join the theater, join a short film, be a part of the community. I highly encourage people to be a part of it. Yeah.
And when you think about it, and there was something that you said that really stuck with me when in this moment. Really, in my view, the it's about storytelling and creativity, which is a part of our human nature to do so. In many respects, it's how our history is told from one civilization to another civilization. It is a way in which we can record, even if it's a fictional piece, a comedic piece, whatever it is,
Mhm.
all of these things that we see in front of us in film or in theater is a reflection of our human experience.
I'm coming too. You go home, help your wife with your boy. Hell no. Murphy's like a brother to me. Yo, Ricky, I gotta piss. Can you trade me?
If I can get your lunch break.
Whatever, dude. Just trade me, please.
All right, man, sure.
She's here again.
Who?
You know exactly who.
They aren't the enemy. You are. The council is. You all just prey on desperate people needing something to be a part of. You lure them in with promises of belonging and a greater purpose, just to exploit them for money and your own sick desires.
Uh, Let me ask you this. When you're preparing for an audition, let's get to something that might help other people in their careers. When you're preparing for an audition, particularly for a role that is different from your previous work, how do you do that? What are some steps that you take?
All right, good question. Well, I think it's always, well, for me personally, okay, I'm going to make this clear. There is no set method in acting.
Okay.
Everyone has their own individual process, and they should take what works for them. So I'm just going to say what I do. And if people want to apply that themselves, do that. But there is essential work that I feel like if you want to make a truly authentic person and soul in their performance, you might want to definitely do some background work on the character, on the piece itself. If it's a piece that's been adapted in the past, I like to go back and look at the adapted works, whether it be short films, theater. I look at different actors' adaptations of that particular character, and I look for their significance in the story at large and what their story, their individual story in the overarching story, what they bring and their motivations and what they want to be a part of and what basically their struggles. So I like to start with the body first. So I'll think, okay, so if they have an accent, I'll heavily practice the accent. I'll if they walk a certain way, if they have a limp, I'll rehearse walking with the limp for a period of time in increments of time, or even with accent. And I like to put it in the body first, and really try to make a character in my body. But first out of all that, I like to start with the voice. The voice is so important. The voice is integral to I feel any performance because really when you're delivering a line, the voice is the first thing that you feel first, and then you see the body language of that in particular person. So if it's historical, uh character or person that was real, I definitely look up some of their history, where they're from, how they were raised, how how basically they were brought up to become the person that they are at that point in the story. And yes, and if it's fictional, I also and if they're different from who I am, because I can be pretty I'm an ambivert, so I can be very much to myself, and I can be very social. So I feel like I have both kind of brains going on, so I can see the different aspects of myself within a lot of the characters that I play. I think also finding that common thread is very important between you and the character, so you could feel more connected. If there's something that you relate to about the character, I would definitely use that as much as you can within um, the way you process those emotions of the characters and their motivations. It's so important to further honor that character and what they mean for the story. Um, but yeah, those are some of the things I do. I heavily, I heavily rehearse. I like to rehearse until I can forget as much as I can. Um, I know a lot of people have heard that before, but it's worked for me. Because as an actor, really, I think everyone knows when they audition for something, or even when they get the part and they go on, they know it's, oh, I feel like I I should have prepared more. I should have done this. I should, because there's always more that you can do to feel
Yeah.
more connected to your character and your performance, to feel like you're really doing it, because there's so much work that can be put into making a whole human spirit. I like to look at myself as a blank canvas every time that I go into audition, a new project. And I'm putting on the colors as I go
Yeah,
on. I'm putting on the colors to that canvas. And you know, because I've studied, the method, Stanislavski, Stella Adler. Those are some of the people that I've studied within acting. I think it's very it's necessary to look into different acting techniques, to sort of um put some kind of I guess from technique and professionalism behind the work, because there's a lot of different thought processes and really getting to know a new character. So I would advise people to find whatever it's Meisner, whatever it's methods, whatever it is. Um, find something that you can kind of do, and then make your own process from that. Take what you can. Look at actor interviews. Look at people that have been doing it for years. I mean, Viola Davis, she says the same thing, and she's one of my icons in my head, that I
for sure.
aspire to be like. And he talks about a lot, like there is no right or wrong way to do this. If you are portraying a person character truthfully, that is the main goal. That is always the main goal. And if you're not playing it truthfully, it will show. So do the work, rehearse as much as you can. I know, and if you feel like rehearsing too much might mess you up, and I know that's the case for some people, don't do that. Again, that's a part of finding your own process. So that's sort of kind of the ways I kind of come into my character.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, one final question. Well, actually, there's two. I want to make sure that people know when they'll be able to see you in your next project. Uh, Again, give us the name of the project, when we'll be able to see it, and where.
All right. So I am going to be featured in The Jester 2. It's coming to select theaters next month, on the 15th and 16th. This is by far my biggest project. I actually have a small role in the very beginning, but I start off the whole movie. It starts at a Halloween party where the jester, basically the monster of the movie, comes in. And the jester basically plays a whole bunch of tricks on people around the Halloween season. And
Right?
this was a really cool experience being on set for that one, actually. Like, this first time I actually got to do like a one shot where it's kind of following me throughout the party and following me to my friends. And we actually shot that a few times just to get it right. But that was the
Yeah.
first time I did a shot like that. And you figure out how particular that the director and DP want to be with the framing and just how it feels, because really the start of the movie is so important to really grab the audience to the world. And for it to start, it starts at the little Jamba Juice thing, and then it's me getting juice and going through the party, so you can see the atmosphere, what's going on. And I actually had a few of my friends join me on that gig. They did some background in the party scene. Shout out Ezekiel, shout out Imran, shout out Alex. They're my brothers. We help each other a lot. And going back to building a network of artists you can create with and help, it's so important, guys. Do that. But um, yeah, like it was really a unique experience for me. Um, getting into film and doing bigger features and everything. I had no idea actually that it was coming to select theaters until a few days ago, and that was such a great surprise, honestly, because I thought it was just going straight to streaming. The first one is actually, you can find it on Prime Video now. But yes, I'm super excited for people to see this project. And it's a very dramatic first scene. I got to do some yelling. I got to do some things. And I was and I want to say also to people, don't underestimate how big or small a project can be, because you never know how big it can be. And even I'm gonna reference another short film I did after these messages, was in the American Black Film Festival. You never know where these people are submitting in these festivals, where you'd be seen. Denzel Washington, Issa Rae was at this very festival. They saw
Right.
my face. These
Right.
people. like people I look up, and Denzel being my GOAT, basically the greatest in my eyes. Him
Yes.
being at that very event where a film of mine was shown. While I'm also in the very beginning of that, as a reporter talking about, you know, uh, black men, black male teachers and how they make up 1.3%. And like that was a big talking point of that in particular piece. But I just want to say that don't underestimate any project that you are in. You never know how big it can be, how much visibility it can be, even being background on holiday touchdown. Like these things are going to give you that confidence to keep going, because as the years have gone on, I've seen my visibility go up and up and up and up, and I could have never even guessed that things could come this far and gradually grow over time. But really, that's what hard work, dedication, patience, and faith. My faith in God has definitely got me up to this point for sure. Because there's many points where it's like, you're not seeing anything. There aren't a whole lot of castings out for Black men in particular too.
Yeah.
And for people that are minorities coming up in the game, and that is a struggle. There are not going to be a lot of projects for you sometimes. You're going to go through things like Backstage and casting networks and Actors Access, and you're going to see white male, white female. You're going to see that a lot. You're going to see that a lot. And for
Yeah.
things that actually pay you life-changing money, things as well. Like, so it can be very discouraging being in this business and also being a Midwestern actor as well. Uh, but I just want to let the people that are on the come up, people from KC, I want to let y'all know that if you don't give up, these are the type of things that can happen for you. People are going to continue to see that you're showing up. People are going to continue to see that you're putting in work and that you care, and your overall love for this business and this passion for storytelling is really going to take you far. And if I would have gave up, right after my first couple of short films, because it was COVID and people weren't making stuff and I didn't know what was going, I would have, who knows where I would have been. But I decided to stick with it because this is really a passion that stuck with me since the first time I hopped on stage. And yes, y'all. So this is really big for me, and I hope y'all can check it out. Y'all can go out to theaters, get a little group together, and yeah, go out and enjoy the movie. So yes, yeah, I'm so excited.
Check out the full episode of OnStage on Fave Unite TV. We think you'll love the short films, podcasts, and other amazing content on Fave Unite TV. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Fave Unite TV. We're here for Black stories and Black storytelling, showcasing the culture 24/7, 365 on Fave Unite TV.